thought I was over you, but I have to admit, it was great seeing you after so long. Maybe I was wrong about us. I don't know. It's a big decision. Come see me when you've made up your mind.
How you doing, guys, and welcome to another video where I'll be taking a look at the PlayStation Plus lineup of games available through August 2018. Now, normally I only do 2 of these types of video per month to cover the games in the PlayStation Plus lineup. However, this month they've tried something a little bit new and they released a bonus PlayStation VR game completely free. So I figured instead of doing my normal 2 videos a month on PlayStation Plus, I figured I would do a bonus episode as well. So this is the bonus episode where we'll be covering the PlayStation VR exclusive game, Here They Lie. Here They Lie is a psychological horror game that was made back in 2016 for the PlayStation VR. In the game, you play, I don't even know what the hell the character's name is, but I do know that he looks weird as hell. And in the game, the main objective, or at least as far as I can figure out anyway, is you have to try and find your, I can only assume, who is his girlfriend. Now, you're probably thinking I don't actually know much about this game because I keep saying things like I don't know and I assume and the whatnot. But truth be told, it's not because I don't know much about this game, it's more because this game literally tells you nothing. It literally just drops you in the middle of the game world with no information whatsoever and expects you to make your way through it. Don't get me wrong, the lack of information isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, after all, this is a horror game, and in my opinion, one of the scariest things is the fear of the unknown, and this game really emphasizes this, because you don't know anything. When all this scary and strange stuff starts happening, you don't really know what to expect next. Is there going to be a jump scare just around the corner? Is the world going to shift in some unexpected ways? You don't know, and that makes it a lot more effective. As soon as you start up the game, you'll notice that the world doesn't quite feel right. Everything will sort of change and shift and go to these different places, and everything will dark and light up, and these strange things will be going on, and straight away you know that what the hell's going on here? Is he trapped in some kind of a nightmare or some kind of a dream, or perhaps he's dead and he's in hell? We literally don't know because no information is given whatsoever. Then we get on to the actual gameplay side of things, or should I say lack of gameplay, because this game is essentially nothing more than a walking simulator. You can't actually do anything other than walk around the world, look around, open doors, pick up objects like letters that I assume expand on the story, but they make no fucking sense in my opinion. And you also have a flashlight that you can raise. But again, I didn't figure this out until I was playing it for a while, because again, there was no indication that I even had a flashlight. When the flashlight itself is raised, you turn the DualShock controller to the direction that you want the light beam to go. So essentially, you're moving your arms to wherever you want to see. And don't get me wrong, that does make it a lot more immersive. But it also makes it annoying because this game world can get incredibly dark, and like I said, there's no indication that you even have a flashlight. So if I hadn't figured it out, I would have been stumbling around not having a clue what to do. As a horror experience, this is actually really good. When you couple having the headset on with having a pair of earphones in as well that gives you that surround sound, add that onto the fact that you actually move the flashlight beam with your actual hands, and this is very, very immersive and actually tricks you into thinking that you are actually there, which I suppose is the whole point of VR. Unfortunately though, as a game, the gameplay is just so boring. I could not keep my attention span awakened at all throughout this game, and found myself getting very bored very quickly. as you're making your way through the game world, not having a fucking clue what to do because the game doesn't tell you, every now and then you'll come across these weird, strange monster type things that'll kill you if they see you. Now, there's no combat in this game, and even the running speed is incredibly slow. So basically, the only way you can get past these enemies that patrol around the fairly large world, to be honest, is to sneak past them. Now, as a stealth fan myself, I can safely say that this game was not designed with stealth in mind, which is probably why the stealth sections are absolutely terrible. There's no crouch button, there's nothing to hide behind or really inside, and even your flash beam itself does not alert the enemies, so it does make me question, why does this forced stealth sections even in the game? As I said, this is mainly a walking simulator where there's nothing really else to it, so I suppose I had to put some things in to keep it at least a little bit interesting, but unfortunately, I just think it's terrible. Then we get to the absolute worst thing about this game, the motion sickness. Now, I have never suffered from motion sickness, but even I have to admit, even I got a little bit nauseous playing this game. When you first boot up the game, it even tells you that this game was designed to be sitting down in a stationary position. So I probably made it worse for myself because I was standing up, as I stand up when I'm playing all VR games. I just feel like it makes it a lot more immersive. However, because the game world is constantly moving and things are flying at you left and right and buildings seem to move on their own, it can put any kind of perspective you have completely out of a window, and on a couple of occasions, I actually felt like I was losing balance and I could fall over at any minute. And this is coming from someone who suffers from no form of motion sickness whatsoever, but even I felt this. So if you're out there and you do suffer from motion sickness, then I would recommend staying well away from this game because it is going to make you feel sick as a dog. Luckily though, I think even the developers knew that this would happen, because in between the missions, or chapters I suppose you could call them, it actually pops up on the screen recommending that you take the headset off and have a good few minutes break. It sort of semi-pauses in this position until you're ready, and then you can boot up and press a button and the next chapter or mission or whatever you want to call it will start. And that's pretty much all I can say about this game, because there really is nothing more to it whatsoever. It's essentially a horror game, if you can even call it a game, that involves you doing very, very little, just slowly walking around the world. Every now and then you can pick up items to read more about the world, but like I said, they really don't. And every now and then you'll be forced through some absolutely terrible stealth sections. Other than that, there is literally nothing else to this game, and I see it as a real missed opportunity, because I feel that horror games and shooter games really benefit from VR. So, if you are subscribed to PlayStation Plus, you can download this game right now absolutely free. And if you're looking for a good horror experience, then chances are you're gonna like this. However, if you're looking for a fun game, then chances are you are not going to be a fan of this at all, because in my opinion, speaking as a game and nothing more, it's absolutely terrible. Yes, it did give me some jump scares, but not really enough to warrant me playing through it, because I really didn't enjoy my time here. But anyway, everybody's different and you never know, you may end up liking it. Anyway guys, I'm gonna end my video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh.